One of my favorite things about IQWST that I've noticed in my students is just the excitement in the classroom when they're coming up with their own questions, and then later on through the labs they get to answer those questions with their own answers. So it's not like I'm telling them all this information and they have to memorize, they're actually discovering it themselves.
So I'd say the sound goes through the ear and then it goes through the nervous system up to the brain, and then it tells the body to react.
And that's just so exciting as an educator to see, because that's what you want. You want them to find value in what they're learning and that they can use it according to how they feel it's important to them, as opposed to just, well, here, this is what you have to learn.
Okay, aware of our surroundings. Okay, is that the only thing that the brain does? Does the brain have any help? Or is it just the brain?
Yes, because it helps us open our eyes, so we can be aware. And,
so the brain, it's going to send a message somewhere and then we open our eyes. Is anything else happen just with our eyes? Is anything else in the body happening where other systems could be interacting as well?
Yeah, the brain sends us this message that we need to be aware of our surroundings. So our heart starts beating faster, we start breathing harder, and we're more aware of our surroundings.
Okay, all right.
I love IQWST in comparison to other programs because you can see the buildup of each unit and how I can reference a lab we did a couple units back, or even just at the beginning of the year, and students will right away, they'll say, yes, we learned that in this unit and I remember this lab, and you can tell it just builds.
How about this? You're kind of branching out. Where have you seen those before?
In the lungs?
In the lungs. What are those called?
Alveoli ducts.
The alveoli ducts, the bronchial tubes. So why do you think they branch out? What's the purpose of that?
So it can spread around to the other fingers?
Yeah, well, the air, and then in this case, okay, so maybe that's why you're drawing it like this, so it can spread out more?
Because if it didn't go to the other fingers, how would you move it?
How would you move it, right?
Each and every time it just builds and builds, and I love that they can refer back, because that tells me as an educator that it was meaningful to them and that they learned and it wasn't just memorized, and they can continue to use it as they continue exploring different concepts through the other units that are left.